Okay.
Happy Thursday-ish to you, Cast family. If it's all right with you, I'm going to jump right in right now. So, yes, it's Friday, but it's given me 2 days to read Old Testament readings. And essentially what's happening is yesterday starts with Jehoiakim, who was 18 years old, was the king, was the leader of God's chosen people. This guy did evil in the sight of the Lord, and by the time we reach the end of the chapter today, God's people are in exile, from the soldiers to the artisans, gone. How could this possibly happen to God's beloved people? How could a loving God allow his people to be banished, to be exiled, to wander, to be enslaved? It happens. Immediately as I'm thinking about this, I have to think about Maximilian Kolbe, the great saint of the Second World War that I've mentioned in another video. A guy who lived probably the worst of external circumstances under probably the most tyrannical government that we can think of, that people who are still alive today can still remember and reference. People who were actually there can tell you about it. My point is this. There's a lot going on right now with this. We have an election coming up. The issue I'm taking, my challenge for you today, is to be careful about your speech. And by that I mean, I'm not asking anybody to PC or cleanse anything right now. Some real stuff going on. But I'm challenging you to realize where the Savior comes from. I mean, if I had a dime for every time somebody told me who we needed to elect for president, because that's really what this world needs, I would probably be able to buy the presidency right now. Does that make sense? Where's the passion when we're talking about Jesus? Where does that go? But then we have a whole lot of passion when we're saying, who's gonna save us? Who's gonna save this country? I'm not saying don't write to your elected officials. I'm not saying don't vote. You need to do both. And I mean that, write to your representatives. That goes a long way. And if you don't know how to, you can go to the USCCB website, and they actually have templates. And you can simply sign your name, boom, and let them know what you think about everything, from abortion to racism, everything. Let them know. You have to. You're a Catholic. You're responsible for that. But where's that passion when we talk about Jesus? These people can't save us. It doesn't matter if we vote him or her or any of them in, they can't save us. Where's that passion? Here's what I want to get at. Probably one of the best stories that I've heard since we've been doing this cast ministry. And some of you have heard it already, but there's a cast couple. I won't say their names because I don't have permission. But essentially, this couple, this man and his wife, found out that the wife's cousin got a young girl pregnant, and she considered having an abortion. They said, well, we don't want to see that happen, so we're going to offer to take in the baby. This is a guy and his wife whose kids are grown. They made it. Their kids are out of the house. They finally get their house back. They can go fishing when they want. They can go enjoy themselves. But they said, now we're going to take in this baby. Well, slowly through meeting with this young woman, she says, you know what, I'm not going to abort the baby. I guess I'm okay with you guys adopting the baby, but I don't know. I think I may want to see my baby. And they said, well, we'll take you in too then. Today, that young lady did have the baby. She did not move in with this guy and his wife, but still, because they brought her in and showed her love, showed her Jesus. You and I know the reason why they were able to love so purely, so honestly, to fight for life so purely, was because they know Jesus, not because of who they voted for. And that little baby was born. I'm just saying right now, when I'm looking at our situation, and it's crazy, if only we could open up all our businesses again, that would save us. If only we would all shelter in place for the next 20 years and wait out this virus, that would save us. None of this will save us. Jesus saves us. Your community will be changed because you invite people into your house and show them love, and then they're changed. And then they go back into the community, and that community changes. The best reference I have for this is abortion. Abortion, and there's all kind of crazy details about how it happened back in the day, Roe versus Wade, and how she was duped, and the different organizations that were sponsoring the evil inner workings of it. Point is the culture was kind of okay with us voting in abortion. I say us as if we actually personally voted it. The culture was okay with it, you know? It's still thriving. In fact, it's doing really well now. Our culture really likes abortion, statistically. But abortion was a response to the culture. Does that make sense? The culture changes based on what you and I do. So I'm just saying, if we really want things to change, and I'm not telling you which side to pick here, if you really want things to change, start at your dinner table. And I don't just mean with your own family. Please do that. But I mean invite somebody in who may have opposing views as you. Invite somebody in who's got a lack of love, and it's obvious, and they need to know Jesus. You're that guy, you're that girl, you're that family. They're gonna know love because of how you treat them, and then they change the community. So I'm just saying, if you want to be a part of an organization or a part of a ministry where we sit around in a church, talk about what's wrong with everything, talk about how they should do this and they should do that, and this group and this priest and this official, you can literally join any other ministry around here. We can sit around and talk about how terrible everything else is. This thing here, this cast thing, is me and you moving, is you and I changing our communities. So that's my challenge for you today. I love you guys. I'll see you next Thursday, Friday-ish.